it's Naushin. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you my current eyebrow routine. So this is the eyebrow tutorial for my beginners friend as well. I'll try to explain all the steps, all the products I mention in the as simpler manner as I can. But if you have any question, let me know in the comment down below. I'll try to explain everything in the simplest manner. So I'll show you guys step by step today, like what is my current eyebrow routine, and I'll show you a little bit twist at the end, like that you can add to amp up the look, like if you are going for any party. I suggest to do your eyebrows even if you have 5 minutes in hand, even if you are not doing your eyeshadows or anything, just put on something on your eyebrows because it can feature the whole face. It just frames out the whole face. It makes lots of difference on the face, trust me guys. So even if you have 5 minutes in hand, just throw on something on your eyebrows and you will see that your face has already got some feature. So let's start with that. So the first challenge we face, especially if you are a beginner, I know, the shape of the eyebrow. What should be the shape of the eyebrow? Where should I start? Where should I end? Where should be the arch? That's a biggest challenge. Even me, when I was a beginner doing my eyebrows, I faced that challenge so much. I was looking for stencils. So in the market you can see some pre-made stencils that you can put there and shape your eyebrows. That's a good practice, like if you like those shapes, but those are like pre-made. Sometimes they don't fit your face, so that's kind of challenging to use the stencils. But the basic rule that I'm gonna show you, that pretty much work for any face or any shape you want, is the starting point. You should just hold any pencil. I'm holding this browies, and just hold it like this, and from the side of your nose, the pencil, if you hold it straight here, this should be the beginning point. So from the line of your nose here, so you shouldn't go past this line, otherwise it will look like unibrows. And for the arch, just hold the pencil from the same, like the side of your nose. Oh my god, this is crazy. Side of your nose, and hold it like in 45 degrees, and the arch will be the point where the pencil ends. So this is kind of like the basic guideline. And another thing is, like if you're holding this pencil, if you don't know like what is 45 degrees, that's crazy, then you can just use like look straight and the middle of your eyeballs. So that can be the guideline. So that should be the line you should go for, and here should be your arch at the end of this pencil. And the ending point, that's very crucial too. So hold your pencil again at the side of your nose, and going past to the end of your eyes, just hold it like this. So this angle and where the pencil ends here, that should be the end of your eyebrows. So this is the basic guideline that pretty much works for any shape. But if you don't want to make your arch that rise up, you can just make it a little bit like more, what should I say, like more rounded, but that's your personal choice. But pretty much that there should be your arch, the middle of there. So if you follow this guideline, you don't need any stencils. Then before jumping to draw your eyebrows, just take a spoolie. I'm just using the back of my browies, and I'm gonna comb my hairs, and you're gonna comb them in the direction the natural hairs are. So for the first part, I'm just combing them horizontally. Then for the second half, I'm just combing them in the direction like they are, like downward. So here you go for the other part as well. And in the beginning, since they are upward, I'm just combing them a little bit upward. Then I will take these browies, and I generally start at the arch because there I have some bald areas, but you can start anywhere. But I would suggest to start from the middle, because if you start in the front, then it looks a little bit more intense. I'll come back here in the front later on. So I start from the middle for my arch. So again, this rule here, so here will be my arch. So I don't go for very defined arch, but if you want, you can go for as high up as you want, depending on your preference. But I just fill in the areas and a little bit of definition there. And I'll go like the end here. So my end is up to this point. So I have a little bit bald area here as well, and I'm filling it in. You want to hold this pencil and draw ever so slightly because you don't want to put so much product there, because otherwise it will look like very sharp brows. So here you go, the end part is done. Now I will come to the beginning of the eyebrows. So I'm just lining the top part. And I'll start at the beginning. So here I have again some bald area, but I'll not fill everything with this pencil, otherwise it will look too crazy and unnatural. So I'm just curving the bottom part. And I'm just slightly, the slightest touch I will put in the front of these eyebrows. Almost nothing. Because if you put too much product from the pencil in the beginning of the eyebrows, it looks way too crazy. So as you can see, I have an area here that is blank. Now here I will use the powder product. I'm going to use today my E.L.F eyebrow kit and this shade here, the powder. You can use any eyeshadows like MAC eyeshadow cork, depending on your skin tone. Just try to go 2-3 shades lighter than your original hair color. You don't want to go by the exact hair color you have, otherwise it will create the crazy brows. So that's the mistake we sometimes do if you are a beginner. You just go by the original hair color of your brows, but it will look too crazy if you just use that. So I'm using this angle brush from MAC. This is 266. Sigma has one too. I forgot the number. I'll put the link down below. And I'm taking a little bit of powder product and slightly I'll just fill in the place. And again I'm taking the brush in the direction the hairs naturally goes. So as you can see, I'm going from downward to horizontally upward. So as you can see, it has filled in the place, but it doesn't look too crazy now. So now I will take the spoolie again and brush off everything just to make them a little bit softer so that it doesn't look like we have drawn on the whole eyebrow. Now I will carve out my eyebrows and will do a little bit of highlighting. I don't do it all the time. For my day-to-day life, I never go for this step. I just straightly go for my powder highlighter, but this is the step I only do when I'm going for a night out event or some special occasion. But today, since I'm going for a detailed eyebrow tutorial, I'm just showing you guys this step. So I'm using my M.A.C Pro Longwear Concealer. So you just want to go for like 2 or 3 shades lighter than your skin tones to highlight that brow bone area. And I'm using a small definer brush. This one is Sigma E17. So you can use any small define brush as long as it serves the purpose. So I'm gonna carve out the lower line here. So you don't have to be very precise because we are gonna blend it with this small brush, but just focus below the line, like below your eyebrows. So as you can see, it lifts up the brow bone area so much just from this highlighting. I don't know whether the camera is picking it up, but this, especially this brow bone, as you can see, it is just, what should I say? It is just enhancing that brow bone, if that makes sense. Now I will go on the top line. Again, this is an optional step. You sometimes just can do the bottom line and not the top. But I just wanted to show you guys the whole step that I do. So for smudging, I am taking a little bit, like spongy brush. Just make sure that you have blended this concealer properly with your foundation and your skin, otherwise it will not look good. Now I will take a matte highlighter. So this is MakeupGeek Vanilla Bean and I'm taking MAC 275 and I will just set the concealer and will highlight a bit there as well. So you can just skip the concealer and just do the highlighter with that for your day-to-day makeup, because I understand that's a bit too much. For your day-to-day life you don't need that. So you can stop there. But if you want to go a little bit intense and if you are going for any special event or night out event, you can use a little bit of shimmery highlighter. So this one is MakeupGeek Shimma and I'm using the same brush, and this time especially since it is very shimmery, I'm not gonna go to the inner half of my brow, so I will go just at the second half. I feel like this is more flattering in this way if you just use it on the second half of your brows. So here you go guys, the eyebrow is done. So I have purposely didn't do this eyebrow just to show you guys the difference. You can see the difference is dramatic, so let me show you guys. So here is, this is done. So let me quickly do this eyebrow and I'll come back. So I'm done with my both eyebrows guys. Now one final step, I'm gonna put some brow gel just to lock in everything so that it doesn't move throughout the day, and especially if you are in hot humid weather, I highly suggest to use any brow gel because it will make it waterproof, heat proof, and it will just stay as it is now for the whole day. So I'm just combing it slightly on my both brows and they are set. So that's it guys, that's the finished look. And one more thing again, this concealer step, this is totally optional. I don't suggest it to use it every single day because I understand this is time consuming. I personally don't use it every single day either. I only use it for special occasions because it brings out so much feature. It just lifts up the brow bone area, as you can see. So I like this step, but I don't recommend it for every single day for your day-to-day makeup because I understand this is time consuming. But another thing is, if you have made any mistake in drawing your eyebrows, this is a great tool to correct all those mistakes. So you can just use a little bit of concealer and correct that. And you don't have to use all the products that I have used, the exact same products. You can use whatever you have. Just one single tip, you want to go for 2 or 3 shades lighter than your actual hair color. You don't want to go for the exact color of your hair. Like my hairs are black, but I don't go for the exact black shade to draw my eyebrows because otherwise it will look like drag queen brows and it's not flattering at all. Like as you can see, I have black hair on my eyebrow, but I have used this lightest brown color, and I have also used the brow pencil in dark brown shade. So that's the key. You don't want to go for the exact hair color for the shade of your brow pencil or brow powder. You just want to go for 2 or 3 shades lighter. Just follow this rule. And if you are a beginner, try to follow this pencil method to give you a guideline where to begin and where to end, where to give you the arch. Right now I don't need to follow this step because I can find out where my arch is, but if you are a beginner, I think like you might find this helpful and you can avoid lot many mistakes, because once you start drawing your eyebrows, it's very hard if you make any mistakes. So if you just use a little bit of guideline first, you can, make it correct in a lot simpler way. I hope that makes sense. So I really hope that you have found this tutorial helpful, and if you really have found this helpful, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. That really helps me a lot. And I'll get back to you soon with more videos and more makeup talks. Till then, stay well, stay beautiful. Bye bye. Now let's come to the comparison with the MakeupGeek